I've lived many lifetimes in the short time I've been here on Earth, with every challenge I've overcome, because I knew I came back to master myself. This is my story.
Oh, and he's got it. And he taps. It is all over.
So many different chapters. Come with me on my journey. What's going on, everybody? My name's Jackal. Welcome back to the Outlaw Shaman. I got a lot to you to talk about today. Honestly, I hope you're enjoying your Sunday. Right here, I'm going through the freaking ringer. It looks like there's so much happening, and I had to really just take a couple of days to just reground, recenter, and come back with a bang. And here I am. Let's do another episode. Let's get right into it. So, to start it out, I really want to talk about this whole warrior mindset thing really quick again. I've said it a couple of times before already, but I really want to kind of dive deep into it because I don't think people are really understanding what it is that makes a warrior. And I'm talking like this, like the Macho Man Randy Savage. Because people really think about that. They think these colorful characters, or they think, you have to be this gangbanger, or you're this divic of society. Yeah, tell that to the veterans that came home from war that you call heroes. Don't worry, I'll wait. So we have this weird mentality. The moment that we step back into America, we're supposed to be freaking harmless. I'm sorry. I'll say that again. In America, for some reason, it's becoming everly popular to become harmless. You're not peaceful. Let's go ahead and just stir the pot right now. You are not peaceful. Peaceful means you are capable of mass amounts of violence, but you have the dedication, the discipline, and the empathy to live in peace. You choose it. So choose it. Man, I teach martial arts, I have so many students under me, and I am just a walking teddy bear because nobody knows my deep stories of all the violence that I've seen and experienced to become that peaceful. And I wouldn't put that on my worst enemy. That's why do you think I teach martial arts? And I'm looking straight at you right now. I hope to my worst enemy, you never have to experience with some of the things I had to go through. And why I have to dig so much deeper in this life experience to bring out that light. I had to go down a very, very shadowy, dark hole to do my shadow work. And I came out on top. And I'm not trying to brush my shoulder off. I'm just relating on facts of what happened. But most people don't experience that. And we live in this bubble now where everything has to be a safe space and you have to agree with everything or you're not an ally. And I'm going to tell you right now, be with people that help you see other perspectives. I am a warrior and I always will be. But I will protect you from anyone that tries to harm you. So you need warriors. You need people that will stand against anyone to protect what they love, because that's what a warrior is. They don't fight because they hate what's in front of them. They fight to sacrifice because they love what's behind them. So now that I have that squashed, I hope you understand really warriors. And don't get me wrong, let's go ahead and let's go even a little bit deeper really quick before I go to my next segment. A warrior could be, like mentally fighting your mental health. You have to fight. You have to actually combat your own depression, your own mental health. It takes a warrior. It takes a fighter. And yes, there's different, classifications of, between warrior and fighter, because, anybody can fight, but not everybody has that warrior heart. And just like that, like anybody in my martial arts world, and you understand that you can coach technique, you can coach what to do and like break it all down and teach them how to fight, but you can never coach heart. Heart is something that somebody has or doesn't have. And that's part of a warrior mindset, a part of a warrior spirit. We'll go to the bloody end. And then there's spiritual warfare, the combat of the soul. You see angels, demons, spirit guides, dark entities, dark empaths, starseeds, narcissists. You have all sorts of different things from the emotional and spiritual well-being of what they call as energy. And yes, you have to be a warrior for that as well. So let's go back and just realize that you need warriors in all aspects. And that's exactly what I am. I am a warrior. And I've learned to actually use that physical to become more disciplined and peaceful. And I choose peace, by the way. But I also emulate that in my everyday mindset and spirituality, my own energy. But that doesn't mean I can't get angry. That doesn't mean I can't get hurt. That doesn't mean that I can't nothing. So the outlaw shaman just means exactly that. I am shamanistic. I am the medium between the physical world and the astral realms. And I'm helping others find their own light because I'm a healer. That's exactly what they do. I give off the vibration so other people are comfortable on that vibrational level to make healing choices. That's exactly what a shaman does. That's what healers do. It doesn't matter how you slice it. And, everyone's like, oh, well, you're in this new age or this, that. Man, stop. Since the beginning of time, you're either a healer or you do have different classifications of medium and psychic abilities. There's also, I'm sure especially back then, there was a lot of narcissists and egotistical well-being as well. I mean, just look at the different conquering history of the world. Okay. So I have been going on a little bit of a rabbit hole. Thank you for following along, but let's just go ahead and just cut it off with this. I am a warrior. I always will be. I give love. I share love. And I am going to build my community, and I'm going to continue to help others. Nobody will ever stop that. And I suggest you do the same. Let's get on with the show, shall we? I got lots to talk about. Oh man, so last week we on the episode we talked more about the mindsets and balancing it out with your physical and spiritual well-being, and I'm gonna go ahead and kind of like double down on that, I guess you could say, on your mind and your spiritual well-being, your own energy, your higher self, your actual true mind does not understand a lot of the things you do. Like when you're speaking in future or past, it doesn't speak on that language. Everything is in the here and now. So like I said, when we were talking about praying, and you're praying for this, something that's coming down the road, and you're wanting something down the road, and you're praying for that well-being, or that, like a positive affirmation that you please give me this job that's coming through. And it doesn't understand that language. The universe, the energetical code, or the mathematical code, or the numerical code. I mean, because if you can follow numerology, you can go down that rabbit hole as well. But that's another story. We'll go over that another time. Sorry, I'm kind of nerding out a little bit. Follow me here. But it doesn't understand tomorrow, yesterday. It doesn't understand. It is an everlasting moment in time. Yes, I'm telling you, future and past are all present within the now. Everything everything exists in one. It's not that tomorrow and yesterday doesn't exist. And I want to double down on that because I had a few of you comment to me, but yeah, tomorrow's there. Yeah, yesterday's there. You're absolutely right. But in the now, everything exists in the moment right now, which is why that one meme made everybody's mind blow. Your future self is watching you right now through memories because it exists in the now. And you are watching your own past self through memories right now. Everything exists in the present. It's an everlasting moment. Enjoy it, embrace it, live it. So that goes back to what I was talking about with, language, to spell, to speak. Speak in the now, speak in the present. Use the energetical code of the universe. Speak now. I am. Thank you for the opportunity, and thank you and be grateful for the job that you already want in the future, but be thankful for it like you just got it already. And you'll learn to manifest a lot quicker. Believe it, achieve it now. In that heart, deep in the soul. Speak it loud, speak it proud. Also, what you think is what you create. Your mind, it starts in the mind. If you're constantly thinking and you're cutting yourself down or you're speaking negatively about yourself, even if you're joking, your own energetical well-being, your mindset does not understand what that joke is. It really thinks you're negatively cutting yourself down. So if you think that way and you stress out and you're constantly beating yourself up, you're physically going to start seeing it. You're going to make yourself sick with worry, stress, and guess what? You get stress knots. And if your mindset is that powerful to create sickness from stress and then become stressful and have these knots in your body and you're tightening up, it can also produce joy and peace and well-being, but nobody wants to practice that. You have to practice that. You have to learn to speak better about yourself, to think better about yourself, and learn to block out a lot of that negative mindset. And that goes back to watching your thoughts float away, just exactly as we described in the last couple of episodes. Embracing the chaos is another good video on my YouTube that I actually broke down. To embrace the chaos of the storm. You're rocking in the boat with the waves and the storm, but you're that same person, but now you're on the beach and you're witnessing the storm from far away. Your feet and butt are in the sand. You're relaxing. You're enjoying. And you're just in awe of the beauty of the storm because you realize the opportunity just to admire it because you're going to learn something. It's the same thing as your everyday life. You choose how you want to be, either the person in the boat or the person on the beach. Start loving yourself more. And how that connects into your spirit and everything else like that, how do you reground and how you actually raise your own vibrational levels of energy, starts in the mind. It's crazy. So going back to how hard it is, I have a story I want to share with you. The 2 trees story. And this happened actually just to me. Everyone had that meme. It's been pretty popular. It's gone around. I've seen it on the online a lot, and it's a really good, makes you think. It's a really good, story. And nobody walks into the forest and judges the trees. You'll see a tree and it's kind of bent the wrong way. No one really looks at how the branches had to overcome around another tree or to actually get more light because over on this side there was too much shade. No one judges a tree for how they grow. You just go through the forest and admire the beauty and awe of nature, you just understand that, oh, wow, that tree had to grow a little, angle to the left this way, or this side of the tree is much larger because it got that much more water because everything was on a downhill slant and the roots actually cater to that. There's so much that goes along with it. Don't get me wrong. I don't know exactly how, that really happens with that. I'm just speculating on that one. But it's fascinating. It makes you go, wow. It lived. It's still here. 50 years later, 60 years later, 100 years later, there's some trees that are 200 years old. These old, wise trees. And you're just absorbing it all. You're in just the awe of beauty in nature. And you do not judge them at all. So I started to turn people into trees. Again, that's a meme that's going around, but the story of it is just awe-inspiring. And I have one to add personal now. So I just bought this house here in Vegas and moved in July of 2022. 2022. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. July of 2022. I'm for like kind of mixing up my years here. So it was, I think it was the beginning of the year of 2023 that decided to get 2 trees in the backyard. Had a tree company from a nursery bring out 2 African willows. Beautiful trees, and do really good in the desert climate that I live in, because let's just face it, Vegas is a desert landscape, or a dust cloud of dirt, you know. But anyway, the irrigation system was not working correctly, especially after I had to shut off the water, and because I was getting an RO system. But the trees didn't get watered. We'll just leave it at that. The trees didn't get watered correctly. We were starting to get 100-degree days of weather. Wow, I am tongue twisting like a mother. YouTube, don't say mofo. There we go, mofo. We can do that one. Yeah. Whew, sorry. I can swear like a sailor. But they didn't water correctly and they started withering away. I tried to actually, like manually water them, and it was a long ending battle that I thought both trees were dead. And ended up being one of the trees did die, and I was very sad. I tried so hard to combat it. It was a baby tree. I almost teared up, man. Like I love nature. I love trees. I love plants. I love animals. And I did my best, but failed. However, I learned a lot about, having to come back through, to bring it back and to keep it healthy. One of the trees did survive though. So I ended up buying another African willow, fixed the irrigation system. And I have a video, I'm showing it for you, but these are the trees now. And you can see one of them is manicured. It looks, like just kind of like how it would out of a nursery. And the other one looks a little more on edge. A little frizzled out, Like it grew differently because some of the branches and twigs died, and I had to cut them off, like actually re-landscape. And then it kind of grew out more instead of tall wise, and it's coming back. It's getting taller finally. But wow, I'm in awe and amazement that this tree not only survived, but is now thriving. And I want you to understand that I'm also, comparing this to our own lives and well-being, because it goes right back to that mindset and how you view yourself. Stop being so judgmental of yourself in the mirror. How much trauma have you had to go through? How many challenges have you had to overcome? How many dark days do you not want to tell the world? But yet you overcame them. Do you know what healing is? Healing isn't to get you to accept trauma, challenges, darker days. You've already lived through that. You understand those days very, very well. Healing is more about actually learning to accept and bring in joy and happiness into your life. To embrace those better days. But you can't do that unless you heal. So that starts with your mindset. That starts with healing. That starts with, accepting and acknowledging that those darker days were there. But stop bringing yourself down. Stop giving in to those thoughts that you're less than, your value is less, your worth is less. You are not any less value than you were yesterday. But if you do believe it, though, and you mentally tell yourself that day, it becomes true. It becomes true. That's how powerful our mindset is. And I want you to really, really, really think about that, because that's exactly how our spiritual and mindset of emotions actually overcome our own well-being. If you're not dancing in the moonlight, absorbing the sunlight, stop listening to stories with awe and amazement, then you are not battling your darkness very well. So, what can you do? Start by something. Start small. Start small. If you feel like you can't look at yourself in the mirror and stop with these little thoughts, stop with the complaining for 5 minutes. If you can do it for 5 minutes, you can graduate to 10 and 15, and then you can go to an hour, and then you can graduate to all day. Of just really just being grateful and thankful. If something goes wrong, okay, show me the divine in this moment. Show me the lesson that needs to be learned in this moment, instead of focusing on the issues or the problem. Focus on the solution. Focus on the lesson. Focus on the learning of what is it that this universe or this overall construct is trying to show me right now. Yes, make it all about you, because it's a mirror. Everything around you is a learning system of mirror. You are here to learn. I went back on my last episode and I listened to it again, and because I was going through my notes. I'm going, yeah, I did say that. It was this line: we're here in a master course on life on Earth. Congratulations, guys. We're in school. View it that way. You're always learning. If you think you've learned it all already, congratulations. You're not alive anymore. You're just a walking zombie. If you're not willing to oversee everything with an open mind and relearning and unlearning past conditions that don't work for you anymore and learn new ones, then you've already stopped living. You're a zombie. You might as well just be dead. And I say that metaphorically, okay? I'm not wishing death on anybody, but I am saying, yeah, you might as well be a zombie. So start learning to embrace yourself, even your flaws. Look at yourself in the mirror even. Learn to find out something. Like, even look, I used to never grow a beard. I used to never grow them. I used to think it looked trashy on me. I don't know. I just never felt like I looked good in the beard. I actually it's growing on me now, It's wild. No, I don't fully like it. Sometimes, some days it sucks. Some days it's better than others. But you know what? Hey, I'm just learning to love me, no matter what. Learn to love you, no matter what, even in your flaws. I've got chipped and banged up teeth from my fight career. I still have them. I'm just learning to love me, no matter what. I can be a pain in someone's ass. I am stubborn to boot. I am a deep and charismatic soul. I can talk anyone's ear off in a day, but I'm also that introvert that looks at energy going, nope, not today. I can be a pain. I know I can. I can be hard-headed. I can, I can be a pain. We'll just leave it. But through it all, I'm a loving individual. I feel like I bring light to people's world. And that's not brushing my shoulder off again. That's just simple. If you don't view yourself for the value that you are, then you are going to undermine yourself in everyday life. Learn to see yourself as the most valuable being in your own little playing field, your own little bubble of earth. And I talked to a good brother of mine from New York. Shout out to him. I'm not going to drop names, but you know who you are. I got to meet his cousin, I believe. And he told me, and because I was going through some things, and I was just like, I was in this crazy mindset, and my energy was just a little bit off. And he goes, man, I talked to this old OG. We were sitting there playing, like chess and whatnot. And he goes, do you know the most important piece on this board? And I even was just like, king or queen, queen has more moves, but king, yeah, I was like, but he's like, no, it's you. You control all of those pieces. You strategize each piece and what it does to conquer your goals. You are the most important piece. So you value yourself a lot more. Your worth is a lot more than that. If you are overestimating your worth, hallelujah. And yeah, I got a little bit of cuss word on that one. Well, hopefully YouTube doesn't scratch that one out for this one. But yes, pound your chest even a little bit. It's okay to get hyped on yourself. If you're not hurting anybody else and actually being, like egotistical about it, then yes, pound your chest. Be proud of who you are. Love yourself. Don't be afraid to love yourself. And that also means respecting yourself. If you know you're not being healthy, if you know the things that you're doing aren't healthy and you're not respecting your boundaries or anything else, you're not loving yourself. You are viewing yourself as less. Stop it. Boom! Jackal took you to church today. Oh man, here we go. No, like I told you guys, I'm gonna be a little bit. I'm not gonna be that light love, person. I'm going to be up front. I'm gonna be boom in your face a little bit. Man, I love speaking sometimes. I love to really go down these deep rabbit holes. I really love it. And I hope you're enjoying it. I hope this is, content's going great, guys. I have to cut myself off here. But next episode, I'm going to actually dive deeper in what it means to actually value yourself more, how to actually get down into your energetical self. Nikola Tesla's going to make a little bit in the show. Yeah. I hope you know my boy Nikola Tesla. I was going to bring out some extra things on that. Basically what 369 means and a little bit more about frequencies and what we know as, electrical bonds to actually what it is, which is frequency. We're going to go down these different nerd rabbit holes, and I want to dive deeper into the spirit realm. I've got a couple of, special guests coming on. Keep enjoying the content. I am the Outlaw Shaman. Have a blessed motherfucking day, you guys. I love every single one of you warriors. Happy Sunday. Till next time.